Y'all, I just came out of the Diddy trial. I was able to get in. I was able to see Diddy. He's looking much older, lost a lot of weight. But the vibe is, was interesting. Saw Jane Doe. Her testimony, a lot of text messages were shared. It's clear that she's a woman that was really battling her feelings for Diddy. She just kept going back to him. But to me, the most touching part of her testimony was when she discussed how she read Cassie's testimony and just how she saw herself in Cassie's struggle. That to me really resonated when it comes to her testimony. But I have to be honest, I really am not quite sure I see the trafficking with Jane Doe. It just seems like she was a woman who really had strong feelings for Diddy and just kept going back and wanting to engage in his fantasies. That's really what I'm seeing with her. But she was manipulated. She was gaslit for sure. But it's hard for me to see yet the trafficking. But there were moments, obviously, of force. She talked about a night where she was abused. However, even on that night, she was the aggressor initially. She attacked him initially, but then he chased her down, and then right after the attack, they had an FO. I mean, it's just a very twisted love story. I was able to actually connect with other journalists. We were talking about it, and we kind of share the same feeling. The trafficking charge will be tough, at least when it comes to Jane Doe. It's strong, in my opinion, when it comes to Cassie. I've said that before. To me, on the RICO, however, they're strongest on bribery, illegal substance trafficking. We can't say certain words online. And maybe obstruction of justice. However, the trafficking, at least with Jane Doe, I don't know. It's not quite as strong for me. And it was quite interesting to hear that Diddy is actually paying her lawyer, still paying her lawyer. And she met with the defense, we heard, as early as April 2025, but then she said she stopped meeting with them because she started to find herself and she started to get therapy. So she's really in a personal battle. To me, she's going to need years of therapy, just like Cassie has needed therapy. I mean, they've really gone through some things. Diddy is quite an interesting, toxic character, that is no doubt, but I'm not sure this is trafficking, like I said. And another thing, of course, many of us have already learned, he's also still paying her rent, so he still has some type of control over her, and we were sitting there trying to figure out what that means. Also, there was a part in her testimony where they played recordings of conversations. We weren't sure if it was her recording their conversations or Diddy recording them, or his assistant, or his chief of staff, KK, recording those conversations, and what that all means. And I'm hearing that. I'm not sure KK is actually going to testify, which is very strange to me, but who knows, maybe they want her not to testify because maybe depending on the outcome of this trial, she may in fact be indicted and face some type of charges, because Jane Doe did say that she was heavily involved with a lot of the decision making that was going on. So we shall see, but this was quite an interesting day. I'm glad I was able to come out. I can't come every day because I have a 9 to 5, but I was able to carve out some time to come. I was able to see what's going on inside that courtroom. Very interesting, but I'll catch y'all next time. Peace.